Dan Sherman formó parte de la Fuerza Aérea de Estados Unidos desde 1982 hasta 1994. Su carrera, que al principio era técnica, cambió de rumbo cuando fue elegido para un programa especial de capacitación de la NSA, situado en Fort Meade, Maryland. De acuerdo con su testimonio, allí fue entrenado como comunicador intuitivo, un papel que integraba habilidades de inteligencia electrónica con una modalidad de comunicación extrasensorial. Sherman, en su libro Above Black, publicado en 1994, explicó que su entrenamiento incluía ejercicios psíquicos orientados a la percepción remota y la recepción de mensajes psíquicos mentales que provenían de fuentes no humanas, alienígenas. Después fue asignado a la base aérea Outwood, en Nebraska. Allí sostiene que mantuvo contacto frecuente con seres alienígenas conocidos como los grises. Como él explicó, esos intercambios no eran simbólicos o metafóricos, sino muy reales. Sherman fue reclutado para un programa extremadamente clasificado llamado Proyecto Preservar el Destino. Un capitán de la Fuerza Aérea le informó sobre la naturaleza extraordinaria del programa. El proyecto comenzó en 1960, con orígenes rastreados hasta 1947, cuando los Estados Unidos entró en contacto con una especie alienígena. El programa involucraba la gestión genética de fetos humanos para crear individuos con habilidades telepáticas mejoradas. La madre de Sherman fue abducida y él fue alterado genéticamente mientras estaba en su vientre en 1963. Esta alteración le dio la capacidad de convertirse en un comunicador intuitivo, alguien que podía recibir y transmitir mensajes telepáticamente con alienígenas. Sherman se sometió a un entrenamiento especializado en una instalación subterránea cerca del complejo de la NSA. El entrenamiento involucraba usar auriculares y tomar medicamentos diariamente. Aprendió a tararear mentalmente tonos y a conectarse con ondas sinusoidales que se mostraban en pantallas de computadora. Cuando lograba el clic, una conexión mental con la pantalla visual, podía afectar las ondas sinusoidales con sus pensamientos. Esto desbloqueó su capacidad de comunicarse en un plano intuitivo que se sentía diferente al pensamiento humano normal. Sherman fue estacionado en 2 bases en el extranjero, donde llevó a cabo comunicaciones reales con alienígenas. El primer contacto con una entidad llamada Spock, el estilo de comunicación muy lógico y estructurado. Las comunicaciones aparecían como un lápiz mental, con diferentes áreas de enfoque. Inicialmente recibió cadenas de números, códigos. Más tarde hizo preguntas personales sobre viajes alienígenas, el tiempo y el sol. Aprendió que los alienígenas viajan utilizando la manipulación de energía electromagnética y pueden ir a través del tiempo, pueden recorrer el tiempo. Los alienígenas tienen una gran reverencia por el sol de la Tierra. El segundo contacto fue con una entidad llamada Bones. Fueron comunicaciones más coloridas y detalladas. Recibió imágenes vívidas, incluyendo lanzamiento de cohetes, naves, movimientos de tropas, escenas de la naturaleza de la Tierra. Las comunicaciones tenían cualidades emocionales adjuntas. Aprendió que los alienígenas y los humanos son parte de la misma creación. Los alienígenas tienen géneros, masculino, femenino, y eliminan desechos. Han estado visitando la Tierra durante mucho tiempo. Hay muchas especies alienígenas en todo el universo. Los alienígenas se referían a los seres humanos como seres de agua, vasos de agua. Hacia finales de su servicio militar, Sherman comenzó a recibir comunicaciones que parecían ser informes sobre abducciones. Los datos incluían niveles de dolor, potencial de recuerdo y evaluaciones de impacto. Esto cambió su comprensión de los ejercicios de entrenamiento a las misiones operativas. Se sintió moralmente comprometido al servir como cómplice de las abducciones alienígenas. Esto lo llevó a buscar la baja del programa y del servicio militar. El programa operaba bajo una compartimentación extrema. Proyectos oscuros, clasificados, ocultaban proyectos grises relacionados con alienígenas. El trabajo de comunicación alienígena de Sherman estaba oculto dentro de las tareas normales de inteligencia electrónica. Se sentaba junto a colegas que hacían trabajos convencionales que no tenían conocimiento de sus comunicaciones con alienígenas. Diferentes capitanes servían como contactos en cada base sabiendo solo lo que necesitaban para administrar el programa. Las presentaciones entre los contactos fueron cuidadosamente orquestadas. Sherman usó la política de no preguntar, no decir. Para asegurar la baja, recibió una llamada telefónica amenazante después del lanzamiento de su libro, diciéndole esta llamada que dejara de hablar sobre el programa. El programa de Howard Stern lo llamó para una entrevista, pero nunca volvió a llamar después de la llamada amenazante. No ha experimentado sus habilidades de comunicación intuitiva desde que dejó el programa. Varias pruebas respaldan el relato de Sherman. Un certificado de la NSA por completar el curso de inteligencia electrónica EA-280. Registros de servicio militar verificados a través del DD-214. Solicitud de la FOIA del investigador Noah Hradek. La Fuerza Aérea remitió la consulta a la NSA, que citó la Orden Ejecutiva 13526 sobre asuntos clasificados de defensa nacional. Los registros de Ancestry.com ubican a Sherman cerca de la base de la Fuerza Aérea Offutt durante el periodo de tiempo reclamado. Los alienígenas utilizan la manipulación de energía electromagnética para viajar. El tiempo es relativo. Los alienígenas pueden viajar alrededor de él, en lugar de linealmente a través del tiempo. Existen múltiples especies alienígenas en todo el universo. Los alienígenas han estado interactuando con la Tierra durante mucho tiempo. La presencia alienígena ha tratado tanto el intercambio científico positivo como las controvertidas actividades de abducción. El programa puede involucrar la cooperación internacional más allá de los Estados Unidos. Programas similares pueden existir todavía, en formas modificadas hoy en día. Sherman expresa su disposición a testificar bajo juramento ante el Congreso si se le otorga la inmunidad adecuada, manteniendo que su relato es veraz y verificable.
Well, I got the impression that we were. He mentioned that we are part of the same creation. In other words, we're part of the same fabric of existence.
As the aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all part of it. He didn't necessarily say they have a soul, but he said that he implied we have a soul. He said that there were two creations, intelligent and non-intelligent, and like plants were part of the non-intelligent, and we and them were part of the intelligent creation. And that if you have intelligence, then you have what I interpreted when I heard it was a soul. Now, he might have meant something else, but this internal agency or internal knowing, that I think that's probably a better way of knowing it. And I think I ascribe, because at the time I was religious, I had a religious belief, so to speak. So I think I pushed soul into that round hole.
Yeah.
You know? Now that I look back on it, it didn't necessarily mean soul, but it meant sort of a self-agency, a self-awareness.
Did you ever ask any questions about yourself? Like, how was I genetically manipulated or why? Or
No.
Okay.
If I did, I don't remember it because I didn't get an answer, I don't think, because I don't remember anything like that.
Did you ever ask them how long they've been visiting humanity?
Yes, I tried to address that several times. My impression was that they've been here for a very long time, and that they've intersected with humanity at different times. And he did mention also that it became much more difficult once our civilization had advanced, because it was the levels of communication between civilizations and stuff. It was harder to keep their autonomy or their distance, so to speak, from when they wanted the distance. It was harder to do that when other societies were talking about each other. This was my impression. They didn't exactly say it that way, but that's what I got the impression of.
Did they talk about any sort of interbreeding between humans and aliens?
I got the impression that they had interbred before, experimentally. I'm not. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was still, or that we still have the results of that, so to speak, on Earth. But he did mention that they had experimented with that in the past.
Did you ask, are you the only alien race? Are there others?
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yes. He said there were a lot. Like, I got the impression that it was a silly question. Like, of course there's more speed. This entire universe, and you think we're the only two?
So let's watch the other part where they talk about the propulsion system that they allegedly use. Listen to this and see if you can spot the shout out.
Yeah. Speaking of UFOs, did you ask about their mode of travel at all?
Yeah, it had to do with electromagnetic energy and time. I think I can't remember what it's called now. That there's a scientist that came up with this concept of pulling the ship as opposed to pushing the ship.
Yeah, sure. The Alcubierre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the years.
Shout out to Miguel Alcubierre. Even though he hates it when people.
After my communication, I came to think that was a very, very close proximity to what he was talking
about. You're surfing kind of a space-time wave.
Yeah, you create a void in front of you, and you fall into that void, and you keep creating the void.
Yes. Bob Lazar also says similar stuff to that.
I really think that was what they were trying to. I mean, they never really got into details, but they used a manipulation of electromagnetic energy, probably something that we don't really understand at this point.
Did they have anything to say about the nature of human beings or what we are?
He always referred to us as water vessels or water beings, water humans. There was always a water aspect of it. And I think it's because they were probably they aren't made up as much water as we are. That's what I gathered.
I guess we are like 80% water.
Yeah.
Water's conductive and...
Yeah. So it was just an interesting, I mean, it wasn't something that we focused on. It was just in reference, he would say that's how he referred to as humans.
Water beings.
Water beings.
It's fascinating. Did you get into Project Preserve Destiny and whether it was you didn't ask them any questions?
Well, I did, but I never really got any answers on any of that.
Did you ask whether it was international or just...
Well, yeah, we did. He did say that it was more than one country.
Okay.
Yeah. That was... maybe not necessarily involved with PPD, but that was involved with their involvement with Earth, so to speak.
Did you receive any messages about alien abductions or alien activity?
Well, that was, okay, so towards the end of my stay with this project, I started to receive stuff that indicated that it was abductions. And that's where I started to feel like an accessory to the crime, so to speak. And who knows whether that was a crime or not. I mean, I don't know. In retrospect, I don't know whether they were abducting for humanitarian reasons. Who knows?
Sure.
To maybe to
upgrade our consciousness.
Yeah, or increase our ability to know about the body and work with it and heal it. And there could be so many different reasons why. But why surreptitiously? Why not tell the public about what's going on? So at the time, and of course, I was going through a stage of my life too, also where I didn't want to be isolated anymore.
Yeah,
I was in a prime age where. You're dating and...
How old were you?
When I got out, I was, around that time, I was 30.
Yeah.
Around 30.
It's definitely the prime of your life.
Yeah.
Well, I believe you asked the first captain that briefed you on everything at the NSA complex, why is this whole thing being kept secret? And he talked about economic destabilization and things like that.
But I think he was parroting what he was told. I don't think he had any agency in that answer.
Yeah. Felt like a can.
And it's the same answer that everybody has, that the reason why we're not being told anything is because religion will, be upset.
I think that's bullshit. I mean, I think we live in a pretty, in effect, atheist materialist world or whatever.
Well, there would be a certain faction of people that would blow their mind if it actually came out truth-wise.
I think it would reinforce religion in many ways, but
create maybe others, who knows? But yeah, it would definitely be a shock to the system.
For sure.
Nothing else.
What an interesting conversation. I really Preserve Destiny was agreed.
Of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise